Hello and welcome to the Autocar show. Now, normally I start at the beginning and tell you all the history and geography, but I've actually test driven this Sunny today. Now, I know it's been a long time waiting for all of you guys. You've been wanting to see this review, but it's been crazy here on the Autocar show. You've seen we've had packed episodes. No time to get everything done. Finally, I got my hands on this car and I've driven it. But before I sum it all up for you, let's go back and see what I thought. Now, as far as Nissan goes, the Sunny is a very popular name. It's been a popular car, and a lot of you who are car buffs would have noticed the imported versions running around on our streets in earlier days. Well, this is the 10th generation. It's an all-new car based on the Micra platform, but the sedan version of it. It's taller, it's longer, it's wider, and we're going to get under the skin of it and find out what it's all about. Sunny is the second car to use Nissan's lightweight V platform after the Micra. The key difference is this hatchback sibling has a class-leading 2600 mm wheelbase. It's about 150 mm longer than the Micra. The distance between the axles is so big that you'll have to go all the way up to the Toyota Corolla to find a match for it. There is no doubt it's a large car. The new Sunny is not a bad-looking car, but somehow it's not a great-looking car either. Although it has some cues from the Tiana, it almost feels like the designers held back their pens to play it safe. The front has the nicely styled headlamps as the highlights. The sloping roofline gives the otherwise plain side profile some style, but it's the rear that's totally a bit off. It's stubby, it's wide, and it looks a bit mismatched to the rest of the car. Overall, it really feels like restrained styling. On the inside, it's a bit familiar with the circular climate control, the glove box area, the AC vents, and the door handles all straight out of the Micra. The upper part of the central console is new with the music system and a nice new steering. It's an airy cabin with lots of glass area and comfortable front seats. With height adjust for the seats and tilt adjust for the steering, finding a good driving position is easy. And visibility is always good. The high-end version comes pretty well equipped too. It has keyless entry and go, power windows on all four doors, electrically folding mirrors, a CD player, climate control, ABS, EBD, driver and passenger airbags, and 15-inch alloy wheels. Now you've taken a look around the inside. And although there are a lot of bits from the Micra and it's a very simple layout, what stands out actually is the quality that feels shades ahead of some of its competitors. And what is really amazing is the amount of space that this has managed to carve out in the back seat. The legroom is pretty incredible. Now I'm 5'4" and I have huge amounts of space between me and the driver's seat, but even a 6-footer plus would be extremely comfortable in this back seat. The back seat is where you begin to realize why all the ads talk about it being a car. It is pretty stretched out as far as space goes. Also, with the floorboard being quite flat, a third passenger will be comfortable too. The rear also gets a circulation fan that isn't directly connected to the AC, but it helps circulate the cool air faster. The good part is that all this extra room in the rear seat doesn't mean lack of boot space. There's an amply large 490-litre boot as well. Under the hood, the Sunny has a 1.5-litre petrol engine that makes a modest 97 bhp and 13.6 kgm of torque. It doesn't sound like too much, but the engineers have worked well to keep this car lightweight, and it's even less in weight than the smaller side Swift Desire. All of this makes it quite peppy. The top-end version of this comes with the keyless start, so you just have to have the key in your pocket, press the clutch, press the button, start the car. It's as simple as that. It's pretty silent at idle. You can barely tell that this car is on. And it's a very responsive engine. It's got a good bottom end, especially off the line. It's really pleasurable to drive in city traffic. A 12.60 to 100 shows us it's not a city or an Etios in its performance, but it matches up to the likes of the Vento. But the way it's tuned is what makes it very drivable. It responds well to path throttle and pulls all the way to the 6,500 RPM red line. But when you do get there, you hear this engine. To get the best out of this engine, you need to upshift a little early. And once you're cruising, it settles back into a refined state, but then again, any quick overtakes will also require you to come down the gears. The gearbox is a bit notchy, but you don't really ever have trouble slotting it into any gear. It's just not as smooth as I would have liked. The Sunny's engine is actually quite great for the urban commute, and that's so with its handling as well. It's a light and easy steering, nimble in city traffic, very easy to drive around, light to park. When you corner a little more enthusiastically, it's not bad, but it's not an out-and-out driver's car. This is much more a city machine, an urban car that's easy to use. It has decent body control, but it's not a sharp steering and the grip isn't quite what you need in a quick corner. The Sunny is really not for hustling around, but more for leisurely travel. If you're an enthusiast, then you'd better look elsewhere right now. The ride quality actually came as a surprise. With the softer side to the handling and this being more a family car, I expected it to be a little better. So there's a lot of space at the back here. The squab is a little short, so especially for tall people, you're going to find the seat bottom a little lacking. Especially on a long journey, you're going to have to sit with your legs stretched out most of the time, but there's enough space for that. Now the ride quality in this one, little hard-edged. And at low speeds, you do feel the bumps and potholes filter through. However, when you gain speed, the car settles down and the ride does improve. What's good though is that with the lightweight build, the Sunny churns up respectable fuel figures. Still, in today's market, a diesel engine is what's missing in its arsenal. You saw what I thought about it in detail, but to sum it up in a nutshell for you, it's a well-engineered car with a really nice engine, light and easy in the city, it's extremely spacious, so a good urban package, and to top it all off, it's at great value for what it offers.